Hello again, everyone. Edwin Lerner back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about Saturn sextile or Trine the Ascendant in the natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects of the natal chart. They were a little bit concise. Some people may have referred to them as snappy, so what I decided to do was make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is, well, if you have Saturn sextile or Trine the Ascendant in the natal chart, you may easily concentrate, doing so with little diversions and distractions. Concentration is Saturn, and on matters pertaining to the self, the appearance, and physical body, which is the Ascendant. Now, let's say if you have the Ascendant in Libra as an example, it may be an appearance that's, tall and formed in an elegant manner, or could be very attractive. I should say, Pisces Ascendant can have kind of a dreamy look to them. As another example, Gemini rising can be very long, slender, thin type of physique and build. And the thing about Saturn sextile or Trine the Ascendant as well, it could indicate that you can readily work hard, which is Saturn, in matters connected with new beginnings, which is the Ascendant, without overdoing it. Now, if the Ascendant is in Leo as an example, new beginnings may be tied in with entertainment or acting, cardiology, could be working with work that involves children, or some kind of a creative project or endeavor. It could be something with the military or sports or performing, such as circus performing, as some examples. Another thing, Saturn sextile or Trine the Ascendant in the natal chart may also manifest in generally having that vitality and energy, which is the Ascendant, for Saturn-related matters in general. Whether it's responsibilities, matters pertaining to could be the work, the career, the livelihood, business-related matters. Maybe it's activities with the father, older people, authority figures, as some examples. And if you have the Ascendant in a real energetic sign, if you have it in Leo as an example, that would even give more energy, because Leo rising can have that near inexorable energy and vitality. And another thing about these aspects, it could be where you're able to easily balance activities associated with the father, which is Saturn, and those prominent in your early childhood, and a grandparent, which is the Ascendant. Now, let's say if Saturn is in Taurus as an example, the father, in some cases, may actually be a Taurus sun, moon, or ascendant person, or one that simply embodies the characteristics of the sign. It could be someone that's very stolid and passive, patient, persistent, persevering, trustworthy, loyal, steadfast, but may also be stubborn, obstinate, and materialistic as well. Now, another thing about these aspects and how they may be expressed in the natal chart is that chronic issues, which is Saturn, they're less likely to have adverse effect on what you can do physically, which is the Ascendant. There may be a greater propensity of working through debilitations, or just say chronic related issues than most people. Now, let's say if Saturn is in Gemini as an example, there may be chronic related issues connected with the arms, the hands, the nerves, lungs, breathing, respiration. As some examples, Saturn and Taurus may have chronic related issues connected with the throat, the neck, the thyroid, the esophagus, as another example. And another thing about these aspects where it's auspicious is that, the father, older people, and authority figures, which is Saturn, they may be beneficial as far as new projects and endeavors that you may embark on, which is the Ascendant. Now, let's say, for example, if the Ascendant is in the zodiac sign Cancer, those new projects and endeavors may be tied into something home-related. It could be home remodeling, renovation. It could be something with real estate, home decoration. It could be something with cooking, restaurant, culinary work. Maybe even a laundry or plumbing business, as some examples. Let's say if the Ascendant is in Virgo, it may be new projects and endeavors may be tied into something with health and fitness or employment in general, or something with statistics or analytics, as another example. Now, another thing about Saturn sextile or trine the Ascendant in the natal chart is that these aspects may be auspicious in terms of making positive first impression, which is the Ascendant, on potential superiors and supervisors, which is Saturn. Now, the Ascendant is in Virgo, as an example, could be a very cerebral, intellectual, analytical first impression. Ascendant in Gemini could be a first impression that's very diversified, versatile, being able to articulate, being articulate, eloquent, as some examples. Saturn sextile or trine the Ascendant can also manifest in those people, again, the supervisors and superiors, which is Saturn, being compatible with your outer demeanor, which is the Ascendant. Now, if the Ascendant is in Scorpio, as an example, the outer demeanor may be one that's very resourceful, resilient, probing, incisive, one that can be very empowering, transforming, somebody that's got a very strong will, as some examples. And another thing about these aspects is that you may readily be able to handle responsibilities, which is Saturn. During your early childhood, which is the Ascendant, more so than the average person. Saturn and Scorpio, may have had some responsibilities and just in support in general, whether it's moral, emotional, or monetary support. Saturn and Gemini may have just been simply something that involved short journeys, like errands to the store, matters with communication, as some examples. And also, too, Saturn sextile or trine the Ascendant may also be expressed in little difficulty in terms of finding the drive and motivation, which is the Ascendant, to improve one's social status and stature in life, which is Saturn. Now, let's say, if Saturn is in Capricorn, this may be flavored with more ambition and concentration, and may be done with more planning, premeditation. Saturn and Aquarius may be done with more, there might be more of a freedom element connected with it. The person may try to improve their social status and stature in life doing something Aquarius related, which can include humanitarian, altruistic endeavors, astrology, astronomy, computers, electronics, meteorology, innovation, aviation, as some examples. And also, too, these aspects may be positive for easily being able to work and concentrate, which is Saturn, in your environment, which is the Ascendant. Now, let's say, for example, if the Ascendant is in Taurus, that could be environment, maybe one that's very stable, peaceful, tranquil. Aries Ascendant may have an environment, that's more about, action-oriented, activity, the Ascendant, say in Sagittarius, can be an environment where there's a lot of outdoor activity, doing things that are adventurous and sports related, as another example. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, and remember saying, stay